What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be going over a tool in TradingView that will help you plot key levels without having to go through the charts and plot your own levels and drag it to the body of the candles or the wicks of the candles. This tool allows you to plot key levels that could help you find good entries and exits using volume. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of these great tutorials or urgent market updates that we upload to the channel. So the tool we're going to be talking about today is the fixed ranged volume profile. Now, what this tool does is allow you to select a certain time frame on your chart to analyze the volume that occurred at a specific price. So the fixed range volume profile shows you how much volume was traded at a specific price point over a certain period of time. Now, this can help you plot key levels of support and resistance, and it can also help you find good entries and exits. So without further ado, let's jump into the charts. I'm going to show you guys where to find this tool on TradingView and how to add it to your chart, how to read it, and how to use it to help you find better entries and exits. Let's get into it. So here we are on the Solana USDT chart on the daily time frame. With the fixed range volume profile, you're going to want to come over to the toolbar on the left side of your screen, and you're going to want to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons down, and then click here, and you will see this is the draw where you have your long position, your short position, your forecast, all this stuff. All the way at the bottom, you'll see something called fixed range volume profile. So you're going to want to click that. And basically what this allows you to do is pick a certain amount of time or a specific period of time, whether that be over a month or over a week. And it allows you to select that specific range, and it will show you where the most volume was traded. So let's just go ahead and let's try to find a nice little area. Let's just do it for this little range right here. So we're going to go from the low and we're going to come up here and we're just going to drag it over this time period right here. And as you can see, you have these volume bars that pop up going sideways. And basically what you're looking at here is you'll see that there is one bar, right? This is the longest bar right here, and you'll notice that there's a red line coming out of it. Now, this is the specific area where the most volume was traded over this period of time, right? So we've chose to go from January 25th, 2022 to April 21st, 2022. And this area right here with this red line, this is called the point of control. So generally, when you are above this line, the buyers are in control. And when you are below this line, the sellers are in control. Now, like I said, this is the specific area where the most volume was traded over this period of time. So you'll also notice we have two other lines here. Now, basically what this is, you'll see here that only some of our bars here are highlighted, right? You'll see these are kind of unshaded, and then down here, these are unshaded. Now, this area right here, the shaded area, is called the value area, right? So this is typically where the most volume was traded, or the range where the most volume was traded. And then these areas over here are where there wasn't really as much volume. You'll also see we have two lines here. That is basically outlining our value area. And you might be asking yourself, how can you plot key levels off of this tool? And basically, like I said, with the point of control, this is where the most volume was traded. So you are likely to get reactions off of this line. And then this line up here and this line down here, as you can see, they kind of act as support and resistance. Now, you can also notice that price likes to stay within the value area, right? You can notice here we broke out of the value area for a short period of time. And typically when you see price getting out of your value area into these unshaded candles, which have lower volume, you'll notice that price tends to get sucked back into the value area towards that point of control. So let's take this off of our chart. Let's zoom out a little bit and see if we can find a key level using this tool. If you grab your tool one more time, and we're just going to grab it from this low all the way to current price. And as you can see, the point of control is right here. So with your point of control, you will notice that when we break below the point of control, Here we came back up and then we found support. We broke back down and then we kind of came up, broke back down, but then we got rejected right here because this is what you would call a high volume node. And on the contrary, down here are low volume nodes, right? So this one down here is a pretty low volume node. As we peaked up right to that area, we came right back down. So you can kind of see how price likes to react off of this point of control. And then you can also see here, you break above your value area into this unshaded area right here with the lower volume nodes. And you come up and then you eventually just break back down. You did find support a little bit here, but eventually you got sucked back into the value area, rejected, and came right back down to the point of control. So the point of control kind of acts as a magnet, and you can see that very clearly here. You popped up, acted as support, 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 and then eventually you get sucked back into the value area. You tried to break out again, got rejected, and then you come right back down to the point of control where you found some support. You'll see that these bars are two different colors. And when you first start using this tool, you'll notice when you drag your range, you will notice that you don't have these blue lines. So let me talk a little bit about how to get these blue lines to show up. You're gonna wanna go ahead and double click on your fixed range volume profile and it will pull up the settings. Now, you see right here, you have VAH and your VAL. Now, these are unchecked by default. So you'll see when you first start using this tool, you'll only get the point of control. And then if you want to add these two levels back that we were just looking at, you just want to go ahead and check these. And obviously you can change the color, the thickness, you could change them to a dotted line or a dashed line if you want, but I just keep it normal. Now, another thing to take note here is you'll notice that these bars are two different colors, right? And a lot of people ask what these two different colors are. And basically what this does is it shows your up volume and your down volume. If you come back into your settings here, you will see that you have up volume here and down volume here. Now, I typically like to make the up volume green because that shows buying pressure, and then the down volume I will change to red. And you'll notice the unshaded candles are changing. Now, if you want to change all of them, you just want to come down here and change these to the same color. So I'll change this to green, and then the down volume I will change to red. Now we know that you could kind of measure and see if there's more selling pressure or buying pressure at a specific bar. And this obviously works on any time frame. So if you wanted to try to find some key levels, you could grab your fixed range volume profile tool, and let's grab it from here to let's grab it from here to there. You'll notice you have your point of control right here, the area where the most volume was traded. And if you add a horizontal line right at that level, you will notice that you didn't quite come down, but you are starting to find support right before that level. And then if you go ahead and mark our other areas right here and here, you will see that we got a little support there, and then we got resistance on this level here. So these are strong levels. And then the point of control, obviously you got rejected, you got rejected, you got rejected, popped up, and then you bounced, right, coming up here, and then you found support on top of these areas. But like I said, when you come into these unshaded bars, you typically tend to come right back down into the volume area pretty quickly, right? You came back down, tested the support as resistance, and then you came back down towards the point of control. This can help you kind of simplify your support and resistance, because I know when you're manually drawing your horizontal lines of support and resistance, you could kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit, drawing a ton of levels. If we wanted to draw levels, you got a little level here, you got even a little level here, and then you got another level right here, and even right here, right? And then, if you're looking to trade, right, I'm just gonna change our point of control. I'm just gonna change the color to red. Boom. So, when you're looking at this, if you're waiting for price to come down to a specific level, which one are you going to buy at, right? If you're wanting to put in a long. So if you came down here and bought off this level, you would have came up, but you came right back down. Same thing here, kind of lackluster. And then here, a little bit better of a move. But, again, we didn't come quite down to the point of control. But if you were to have come right down to this point of control, you know that this is a very high volume node. So you can expect a strong bounce off of this level. So if you did come down for argument's sake and touch this level, this would be a better level to get in at, knowing that there's a lot of volume happening at that level. So you can expect a stronger bounce, right? And you can see here, you actually did wind up getting a little bit of a, you got a 16.9% move, right? Throw a little 10x leverage on that. It ain't too bad. So if we come on over to Bitcoin on the daily chart, you guys will notice that we are actually sitting you know, kind of in a bear flag here. I'm just going to draw it out real quick, just roughly so you guys can kind of see it. There you go. You know, we do have this bear flag happening. These typically break to the downside, but you see, we did actually get a nice bounce here. Now, I do just want to point out, like I said, you can use the fixed range volume profile tool to find good key levels, right? So if we grab the range of this whole bear flag, we'll go from here to there. You can see that we were coming down for quite some time. We hit this point of control and then had a pretty decent move to the upside, right? So we were seeing a ton of red, and then we finally wound up coming up 11% off of this point of control. Now, what's very interesting is if you go ahead and let's just draw a horizontal line right there, boom, and then let's take our volume profile off, and let's grab our Fibonacci retracement tool and grab from this low to this high right here. Now, you will notice not only is this level a point of control or a high volume node, but it is also a golden pocket for this entire range. So you can see the point of control landing on a golden pocket shows that it's a pretty strong level because, as you guys know, the golden pockets act as very strong support and resistance. I just wanted to kind of show that confluence. So when we were coming down on our way to this golden pocket, if we pulled our fixed range volume profile and found out that that was a point of control, that's a little bit of confluence that you can have to let you know that it might be a really, really good place to look for a long, right? You're likely to get a bounce off of a golden pocket, and you're also likely to get a bounce off of a point of control or a high volume node, right? Because there's so much volume there that you know that when you get down there, it's likely that you will get that bounce. This is a great tool to use to find these levels, right? Let's just grab this again and pull it one more time. Now, obviously, you got your point of control here. We can draw our level right here. We could draw another level right here and right here. So it could be said that if we wind up moving up with Bitcoin in the short term, and we come up and we come up and we come up, we can look for short positions right here, right? Because this is our value area right here. And then these areas right here are low volume nodes, right? So when price comes into these unshaded areas, as you can see, you're likely to come right back into the value area, just like we saw on Solana. You know, it also acts as great support and resistance, right? So you got rejected here, you got rejected here. And then as you come up, you're expecting, okay, we're in these unshaded bars here. I'm going to expect there's low volume up here and we'll come straight down. That's exactly what happens. And then start to look for shorts. If you start coming above it as well, you can wait to come back down and break into this value area because you're going to be expecting price to get sucked towards that point of control. So this is very, very powerful because it can help you spot longs and shorts. So if you were looking at this point and, you know, granted, this price action was not here if you were just at this point here. So the range might be a little bit different, but let's just say if you had your point of control here, you could have looked to long, and then in that long, you're expecting to ride to the top, and then you would expect some resistance here, might be a good place to take some profit off the table or even exit your whole position. But if not, you could take a part out and wait to come up into these unshaded candles and then close the rest of your position. And then as you break back in, you now know, okay, it's game time. We're back in the value area. I know we're going to get sucked back towards that point of control. So you can look to short from this level. And then where would you take profits? Right near that point of control. You could take them a little early, right? Your take profit strategy. This isn't a take profit video. Your take profit strategy can vary between person to person. But you know that, you know, when you come back into this value area, you are looking to come closer to that point of control so you can short. And then when you come back down to the point of control, you can long off of this area, expecting to come closer to this resistance level right here. And then, you know, if you want to exit your whole position, wait to come into the shaded area. And then if you start to come back down and break into here, you know, this might be a good place to start looking for a short, as you are likely to get sucked back into that point of control. Now, obviously, price will eventually go the opposite way, and you know, you won't always get sucked back into the value area, obviously, because then Bitcoin would just be in this range forever. So, you know, won't play out 100% of the time, but as you can see here, it works very, very well. So let's go ahead and see if we can find another range and pull some volume profile and see if we could, you know, could have gotten some good trades. So as you can see here, we have pulled another fixed range volume profile here. And you can see we are coming up to the point of control. And we're using the replay tool here with the regular candles. And let's just go ahead and see what happens, right? So now we're approaching this level right here, which we are expecting resistance at. If we do break through this level here into these unshaded candles, we would be expecting to come back down towards that point of control like we did right here. And let's see what happened. Okay, so we started coming out, right? We are expecting a rejection off of this level. I'm just gonna draw a horizontal line. Now, our point of control is pretty close, but this is the daily chart. So the move from your line right here to the point of control is a nice 3% move. You put a little 10x leverage on that, you can get a nice 30% gain. But let's go ahead and assume that if we don't come way out of this range, that we would be working our way back down towards the point of control. So we move our candles, right? And look at that, we're coming right back down to the point of control, coming up to test this level one more time. And the point of control sucks us right back in. And if you had your take profit level set at the point of control, you would have triggered your take profit and won that trade. We're going to keep on going, and then eventually we come out again, right? We're in this unshaded area. What happened last time we were in that unshaded area? Right here, we came right back towards that point of control. Let's go ahead and see what happens. And there you go. We came all the way up, actually past the unshaded candles. But like I said, you typically, when you get into this range, it's likely you get sucked closer to that point of control. And we got sucked right back down to that point of control. And then we continued down. Now we're below the point of control at this point. So it is showing that the sellers are in control. So you could short the rejection off of this level. So if you wanted to go ahead and put a short position in here as we are retesting this level, let's just say we're going for, we'll go for 5% profit. We'll see if it hits. And then your stop loss you can set, not a stop loss video. This is just for an example, guys. But you can set your stop loss to whatever you want it to be. You could put it right above the point of control, but you might get stopped out quickly. You could put it above this resistance level here if you want to give yourself a little extra room. And let's go ahead and see what happens. And boom. There you go, a winning short, right? So it came up here, right? You could have been looking for shorts up here if you had another level you were looking at, maybe a Fibonacci level or something. And then you're like, okay, we're out of the shaded candles. We're out of the shaded bars over here. I'm expecting to get sucked closer into the value area. And then, if you had another level you were looking for a rejection off of, you could see bearish divergences, whatever it may be. You could have looked for a position up here, but if not, you could have waited to come back in towards that point of control. You broke below it, came back up to test it as resistance, and then you can expect a bounce off of that level as there is a lot of volume there, and you would have nailed that short. And then let's just put a line right here at this level, just so we can just kind of extend it a little bit. Now, let's see if we come all the way back down to our level down here. Boom. We're touching that level, right? We're expecting a little support off of here, and let's go ahead and see what happens. Boom, you get a bounce right as soon as you come to this level near these unshaded candles, you're gonna start getting sucked back towards that point of control, right? And even if you come back below, you're more likely to get sucked back up towards that point of control. But as soon as you hit this level almost perfectly, you get a shot right back up to the point of control. If we just go back in time a little bit here, boom, we'll get this candle, get this one, and then this one almost touches. You could, there's no saying exactly what price you got in at. We'll just go to the current price. And then, we'll go for 5% profit again, throw a little 10x leverage on it, make it a little 50% gainer. And then you can set your stop loss, just below this level if you like. This is going to depend on your risk tolerance. All your take profit and your stop loss is going to be dependent on your risk tolerance and your trading plan. And then obviously we did just see this that wound up playing out, and that would have been a winning trade as well. So, as you guys can see, this is a great tool to use if you are, just to kind of pull this between certain dates, right? If you're ranging to figure out where the resistance is, where the support is, and where the highest volume node is, as you are likely to get reactions off of this level. And then you can see we moved up closer to that point of control. And, you can look, you're expecting a bounce down off of this, right? You could put your trade in here. Let's go for 5% about, and then set your stop loss wherever you feel comfortable. And let's see if that one wins. Boom, you hit it right here, as you can see. boom, you peaked out, you just hit your take profit. Good thing you did, because you would have gotten stopped out right there, but you hit your take profit first. But I just wanted to make this video real quick for you guys, just to show you this really useful tool. If you're finding yourself having a ton of lines on your chart, not knowing where to actually enter, if you don't have a golden pocket or something, you know, a strong level that you would be expecting a bounce off of, you can always pull your fixed range volume profile tool out and pull it from whatever range you're looking at. And then you are looking for your resistance line, where you come out of your value area into these unshaded candles, right? And I showed you guys in the settings how to add these automatically, so you don't have to draw them every time. So you're looking at that as resistance, and then the point of control, or the highest volume node, or the area where the most volume was traded. This is your point of control. This level acts as a magnet. So very strong level here. And then you have your other level down here before your unshaded low volume nodes down here. And this would be acting as support, as you can see, right? Support, and you're able to just kind of call these strong levels for possible long and short positions, right? Now, again, I say this all the time, you don't want to be using this alone. You would want to be using this along with, maybe market cipher B, or Fibonacci levels, or, regular levels of support and resistance, or whatever indicators you're using. You want to use this with a strategy, but this will help you plot very, very strong levels, right? And that will just help you find better entries and exits in and out of your trades. So guys, I think that's all I got for this one. I just wanted to make this really quick video because I know you got a lot of people ask me about if I use the fixed range volume profile tool, and I do use it. I use it sometimes on the streams. I don't use it that much. It's not a huge part of my analysis, but I am starting to use it a little bit more, as I find it very useful and it is very strong. So I just wanted to make a little intro video. Now, there is a little more that goes into this. You could dig deeper into this. There's also other types of volume tools, but we're not going to get into those today. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if we want to go deeper into this, but I just wanted to make a basic intro to this tool and kind of what it does. So go hit the charts, grab your fixed range volume profile tool, pick a date range that you're looking to analyze, drag your tool from candle to candle, pop up this indicator, and plot your levels and see how price reacted to it. See when you come to those low volume nodes, if price bounces back towards that point of control. And then if you go above your resistance and hit those unshaded candles, those low volume nodes up there, see if you get sucked back into the volume range. It's very, very powerful. Great way to simply plot key levels. So you don't have a bunch of different lines drawn on different time frames. You don't know where to enter, where to exit. This is a great way to analyze a range and figure out where the strongest levels are. So with all that being said, I think that's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide.